President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you to our Foreign Affairs Secretary, Secretary Ricky Manalo, the U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines, Her Excellency Mary Kay Carlson, and esteemed members of the Diplomatic Corps, National Defense Secretary Gilbert Chodoro Jr., and the honorable members of the Cabinet, American Battle Monuments Commission Secretary Charles Dew, Indo-PACOM Commander Admiral Samuel Paparo, our gallant heroes, the World War II veterans who are here with us today, fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is with profound honor and gratitude that I join you all today in the commemoration of the 80th anniversary of the Liberation of Manila. I wish to thank the U.S. Embassy for bringing us all together and in organizing today's program. The city of Manila, a bustling and modern metropolis known as the Pearl of the Orient, capitulated to the Japanese forces in early 1942, pushing the American forces to eventually surrender the Philippines to Japanese control. In the next 3 years, with the Americans gone, guerrilla forces all throughout the archipelago will continue to fight with resolve and often make the ultimate sacrifice with the goal of securing freedom for our motherland. Manila would be free again 3 years later, but at a significant cost. It would take almost a month of fierce urban combat, over 1,000 U.S. servicemen killed, more than 100,000 Filipino civilians' lives lost, for Manila to finally be free. Many of those who fought for Manila's freedom were eventually interned in these hallowed grounds. In the end, Manila would be free, but unrecognizable. As the most devastated city in the Pacific, it could be easy for many of us to forget about the death and destruction in Manila at this difficult time in our history. Yet we are all here this afternoon, 80 years since the liberation of Manila and the end of the Second World War, honoring our veterans, all those who stood firm for democracy and for humanity. I would like to believe that even if we gather to commemorate the liberation of Manila year after year, as our predecessors before us, our deep respect has not faded, nor will it ever fade. Our deepest respect for the soldiers who suffered, for the soldiers who lost their lives as they marched more than 60 miles from Bataan to Tarlac during the infamous Death March, for the thousands who never saw the light at the end of the tunnels in Corregidor, for those whose lives and families were changed forever by war, and of course, our deepest respect for the veterans who are here today, veterans who come regularly and whose numbers have dwindled over the years. On behalf of a grateful nation, I wish to recognize the veterans present here today and their families. We are privileged to not have to see what you had seen, to not have ingrained in our memories what you had to go through. May we continue to deserve living and thriving in this world that you have built for us. Filipinos pay the highest price for democracy to be preserved and for democracy to flourish. Standing on this hallowed ground, we are reminded of our solemn duty to always do what is necessary to ensure that we bequeath a sovereign and proud country to future generations. The Philippines, deeply familiar with the atrocities brought about by war between and amongst nations, has always chosen the path of peace. And I can assure all of you that we will continue to do so. Through diplomacy, dialogue, and cooperation, we have successfully maintained a region that is peaceful, stable, and prosperous. We have and will continue to work with partners and the international community in building bridges, forging solutions, preserving our global commons. The Philippines will always make a stand and will always stand for what is right. In a world where the only thing that appears to be constant is change, we are thus gratified by our enduring alliance, our partnership and friendship with the United States, especially towards advancing our common agenda of peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific. In peace and in war, through natural disasters and pandemics, Philippine-U.S. relations are firmly anchored on the values and principles that we cherish: peace, democracy, fairness, social progress, and justice. Our two nations are committed to the preservation and enhancement of national security, the attainment of economic prosperity, and the promotion of the rights and well-being of our peoples. Whether we gather, as we do today, to remember the liberation of Manila some 80 years ago, or during joint military exercises, as our armed forces will in a few weeks' time, for Balikatan, there is no doubt that our relationship is robust, with our two countries continuing to work together to address common challenges. Let me end by noting that the Battle of Manila offers a lot of lessons and represents a great many opportunities. I am pleased to see many of the embassies joining us in this important event. I am sure that you will gain a better understanding of our country and our people in learning about our past. We are proud of our history and even prouder of the relationships and alliances that we have built over the many years, bound by our shared history and our common commitment to a region governed by rules, not by might, where the rights of countries, large or small, are respected. The Philippines recognizes challenges that lie ahead and is assured that we can continue to count on the help of friends, as we have done so over the last 80 years. It is truly an honor to stand with all of you today. Thank you for making the spirit of 1945 and the sacrifices of our forebears alive in our hearts today. As you later on leave these hallowed grounds, may I invite all of you to pause for a few moments of quiet remembrance for those who fought for our freedoms, for our democracy, our posterity. A few moments to remember, to honor, and to thank. May the light of their sacrifice, their nationalism, their love of country forever scatter the shadows of war, tyranny, and oppression. Thank you. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
Thank you, President Marcos. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we will now proceed with the wreath-laying ceremony. Please be seated. Now, two children, one Filipino and one American, will lay roses in a symbolic gesture of the next generation's obligation of remembrance and the eternal commitment of the partnership between our two nations. Presenting these roses are Mark Azur Jr., who turns 9 years old today from Taguig City, and Amelia Lester, 11 years old from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Hindi namin kayo makakalimutan.
We will never forget.
Today, we are deeply honored to be in the presence of living history. Among us are 6 of the greatest generation who embody the courage, sacrifice, and unwavering ideals of selfless service. 4 of them from the Philippines and 2 from the United States. These 6 heroes answered the call of duty in one of the darkest chapters of our world's history, standing firm in the face of unimaginable hardship. Their sacrifices helped secure the freedoms we cherish today. It is our solemn duty to honor them, not just in this moment, but always. Their legacy is etched not only in the annals of history, but also in our hearts. Please join me in recognizing these extraordinary veterans whose bravery continues to inspire us all. Presenting each veteran with a lei are Logan Trinidad, 12 years old from Manila, and Brooklyn Jones, 9 years old from Saipan in the Northern Mariana Islands. Filipino World War II veteran Amparo Favor Superiaso from Mindoro was a student in 1943 when she joined the Paite Mountain Patrol, Zambales Military District, serving under then-Captain and later Philippine President Ramon Magsaysay. Serving as a guerrilla, she was later attached to the 22nd Portable Surgical Hospital and was honorably discharged in 1946. She is 101 years old. Florante Santos Malyari was a Filipino soldier who served as a Philippine Scout from 1946 to 1949 during the post-World War II unit reorganization. He underwent training at Camp O'Donnell in Tarlac and was stationed in Guam following the war. After this assignment, he returned to the Philippines, landing at Clark Field in Pampanga, a major U.S. air base at the time. He is 99 years old. Teofilo Lolopilo Gamutan is a distinguished Filipino World War II veteran and among the oldest in Davao City. During the Japanese occupation of the Philippines, Gamutan commanded the headquarters company of the 84th Infantry Battalion, Philippine Army Reserve in Bohol, serving in the Filipino resistance from 1942 to 1945. He is years old. American World War II veteran John Leonard Hodges from Virginia was a 19-year-old farmhand who joined the United States Army. Corporal Hodges deployed with the 950th Anti-Aircraft Artillery Automatic Weapons Battalion and landed in southern Zambales in the Philippines. He later saw combat in the area of the Bataan Peninsula known as Zigzag Pass. After the campaign, he remained in the Philippines to assist with the care of Japanese prisoners of war. He is 101 years old. American World War II veteran Arthur Gerbiner of New York joined the United States Navy as a teenager. While serving aboard the USS Lawrence, he took part in launching amphibious assaults and combating attacks during the landings in Lingayen Gulf, as well as during the Battle of Okinawa. He attained the rank of Yeoman Second Class and earned numerous honors and medals. He is 99 years old. Please stand for the ceremonial firing salute, the playing of taps, and a moment of silence.
Present! Arms!
With quick ammunition! Move! Ready! Hey! Fire! Ready! Hey! Fire! Ready! Hey! Fire! Cease firing!
Panahon na ng pagbabago, dahil sa ito ay kinakailangan tayo na